I think we've got a 10-lap race according to the program. Rogan Chandler's got to grips with the Yamaha on pole position. There's Shane Richardson. He's got a bit of work cut out. There's Toby Summers, 22, and Avalon Biddle. David Hall flies down inside the white line on the back wheel. Puts his leg back on his foot peak, and he's a wild card, this boy, sometimes, mate. David Hall can be pretty substantially quick, but he seems to have been shunted back there into about 5th place. The bright yellow bike of Avalon Biddle goes from 4th, tries up into 3rd, but not quite getting there. Trying another time, but she's on the tail of Rogan Chandler. So Shane Richardson, number 28, out the front. Toby Summers. It's Kawasaki, then Yamaha, and then Yamaha, and then Kawasaki out the front. Then we go back to 5th place, 34. David Hall has a big moment coming out of the hairpin there, sits right up there and loses a bit of pace. He's going to be hunted by possibly Ashton Hughes on the number 92 machine, the Dallas photographer sponsored machine. Ashton Hughes, he's a local man, but he's from Greymouth as well. So he's got 2 home circuits. The Greymouth Street Circuit, where he dominated the Formula 2 and was right up there in 2nd place in the big Formula 1 class. And also Manfeild there, Phil Dark. You can see something.
Yeah, it looks like Rogan Chandler's having a good long look on 2nd as they work their way through the big sweeper at the top end of the circuit. Stop me if you've heard it before, but Shane Richardson has just started to stretch away. He did this in all the racing week at Taupo. It's had his off-season, or New Zealand off-season in the United States of America. He told me it was more an adventure than racing. He said, but he piled in a whole lot of racing in that time, and it's certainly shown here. Toby Summers looks like he's through in 2nd. Then we go back to Rogan Chandler. Great result at the moment for Av Biddle, sitting in 4th place. She's just got balked a little bit at the start. And David Hall, gee whiz, he's hot and cold, isn't he, Spider?
Oh yeah, his tyres seem to be needing a bit of time to warm up. He had a few slides here. I think he ended up taking out Toby Summers in the first race last weekend. The second one, he had a big side in the in turn 1 there, coming out there, but he'll come on strong. Here's the battle up the centre straight there, Phil Dark, for 2nd, 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, heading into Higgins. Rogan Chandler drives down to drive the inside through the double-edge sweeper there. He'll get it this time round. He's got good drive coming out of the corner and down the back straight. The Yamaha just puts the Kawasaki behind it. Avalon Biddle's got a good run going there as well. Now have a look who's the bravest under the brakes. Is it going to be Toby Summers or is it going to be Rogan Chandler? Heading down into the sweeper and back onto the front straight. Shane Richardson's already said goodbye, but the real battle is 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Chandler through in 2nd. Then we go back to Motorsport Kawasaki of Toby Summers, and then it is Avalon Biddle, and Avalon has really come to play this time round. She is mixing it up with the best in New Zealand at the moment. Have a look at her as they work their way through Splash. The infield section here at Manfeild just gets a little bit closer to Toby as they work their way around this S section. Meantime, Shane Richardson's disappeared. As I said, he did this last week in Taupo. He just got away.
Oh, mate, the only person that could really touch him last year was Damon Rees, where they battled it out all the way through both series, and Damon now stepped up to Superbikes. In fact, out for the season with a broken foot. He suffered a major injury in Australia a few weeks ago, and that is sidelined for this time round. But at the end of the day, Toby Summers, mate, he's going to put on a fight at Wanganui next week as well. The 3 bikes spread out. Look at Avalon Biddle reeling in Toby Summers. Kawasaki versus Kawasaki.
She's got it run, but she's just a little bit sooner on the brakes. Toby just leaves a little bit later. That's why the position seesaw as they work their way through the sweeper at the top end of the circuit here at Manfeild. Pirelli brings you Formula 2. Richardson across the stripe. Then it's Rogan Chandler. Then it is Toby Summers just hanging on. Avalon Biddle's got track position down the inside. Can she make the pass work as they head down into Toyota? No, she can't.
Avalon on the bright yellow bike sitting there in 4th. He's seen him coming out of Toyota. Toby's bike just maybe pulled a half a bike coming out of there. Avalon's a bit of a lightweight as well. I don't know. What does Toby weigh there, Kirsten's? Not much. Benchworthy's on the top of the bottom, eh? What was I speaking already? Slap, sorry. All right, back to the racetrack, Phil Dark. I'm going to go in the naughty corner.
Richardson pulling away on the Kawasaki New Zealand ZX6. It's a new bike for him this year, he told me. His dad were pretty happy. As is always the case with New Zealand motorsport, it was a last-minute preparation thing for Shane and the rest of the boys. Oh. Rogan's another one that's been in Australia in the New Zealand off-season, been racing the Yamaha 300s over there. So he's made the step up to the Blue Crew, which is the R6 for Yamaha New Zealand.
One thing with Shane Richardson, he's listed in the program of having a number of sponsors. Let's go through some of them there. Kawasaki New Zealand Motorrad, Wainui Joinery, Race Supplies, Wellington Pipeline, Shoei, Mirrortone, NWR Filters and Drip and Wet. He is listed as being on Dunlop tyres, but he chose to run the Pirellis in New Zealand and got some support out of Pirelli Nationwide Accessories, so that's a correction there. Right now, he leads there. Lap record is for Formula 2, a 107.046. Fastest time of 107.781, so quite some time off the lap record there. We go into second spot there. Rogan Chandler has opened up maybe a 100-metre gap down that centre straight back to the two Kawasaki's. Toby Summers there on the 22 machine, the Mad Love Media, Carl Cox Motorsport, Super Finishing, R&R Power Sport, Better Tool supported machine, and of course the bright yellow MTF, Motor Trade Finance machine of Avalon Biddle. Bought as well, Spectrum Motorcycles provided this bike, and local man Aussie Performance is doing all the work on it and sponsoring her as well, so great to see Avalon. She did say on Facebook she was okay with 4th place last weekend, but she really wanted to get up on the podium this weekend. She's still inside of there, Phil.
I was just looking at the results there, and I see Zurin Wiki's out there again. God, he's a tiger for punishment. He just jumped off the previous class and probably put a new face shield on the helmet, and he's out there again. He's currently sitting just in behind David Hall, so he's doing a great job.
Well, of course, the Triumph 675 is a 3-cylinder triple, as is the MV Augusta. Where is Jacob Stroud out there? Jacob Stroud, is he out there? He might not be out there, but the Formula 2 New Zealand Supersport 604 cylinders, which all the Japanese brands are represented, and 675 triple cylinder machine, so that's why how Zurin Wiki can get out in both the clubs. Ashton Hughes is all on one of those as well, on the number 92 machine in 7th place. So right now, as of the last lap, Shane Richardson, Rogan Chandler, Toby Summers, Avalon Biddle, David Hoare on the number 35 bike in 5th place. Zurin Wiki, Ashton Hughes, Jake Keller, Sam Willisey. Sam Willisey's doing it right there in 9th place, as he didn't ride last weekend, had a broken collarbone at Greymouth. Well, only the second half of the trip, went down there and broke his collarbone, unfortunately. He's in 9th place. Jaden Galway, Scotty Dowman, Hamish Tarr, Tyler Fern, Jeff Crute and Terry Moran. So there's Shane Richardson, goes through another flying lap there, slowed into the 108. So he's got it sorted here. He's got probably his pit board out there showing him how much advantages. I don't know what are the rules for tyres here. It should be open. Normally the Supersport 600s run street homologated tyres, but of course this is a Formula 2 class, so there will be slicks on there, so they might be putting a new slick on every time. They might be saving their bucks. All it is about controlling the roads from where he is out the front. What do you reckon the chances, Phil Dark, of Avalon Biddle reeling in Toby Summers there? You know, there's about 12 bike lengths as they come out of the hairpin there. Yeah,
well, she got a lot closer in that last lap. Maybe Toby made a small mistake, maybe missed a gear or something, but now she's sort of drifted back a little ways again. This will be good for Rogan Chandler because he was second in the points coming in here. It's a 3-round series. We go to Wanganui next weekend for the infamous Cemetery Circuit. Really looking forward to that. And it looks like it's going to be a close battle in all the classes. But Rogan needs some bad luck to befall Shane Richardson. I don't think that's going to happen, not the way he's riding at the moment. Across the line he goes once again. There is Rogan Chandler on the Blue Crew Yamaha. Then we go back to the Carl Cox Motorsport Kawasaki of Toby Summers. Then it's Av Biddle. Then it's David Hall. That was a sensational start from David. From Tower Biddle at the start, the big wheelie.
I've seen him wheelie a 1969 350cc twin cylinder Honda off the line there, Cossack Racing. He also rides a Norton as well. David Hall's got good. Oh, what a moment! Whoa. Somebody runs right up the tail of somebody else there, going out of that splash corner, the one before the. I don't know how that didn't end up with 2 bikes upside down. But that was Toby Summers running to the back of a lapper, I think, maybe. Rogan.
It was, yeah.
Rogan run. Anyway, at the end of the day, they're all right, and we've got to look at the laps now. So 7 laps down of 10. 10-lap race here at Manfeild for the second round of the 2017 Suzuki Series. Pirelli, power is nothing without control. Pirelli are the main sponsors of the Formula 2 class for the whole of the Suzuki Series. You've got a red and white bike out of action down the big sweeper there. That's right. I don't think the yellow flags will be out for that. Not too sure. We can't see them from here. So let's get back onto the track and look out. Where are the lead bikes? We're looking at Shane Richardson going into Toyota there. The next 3 bikes here as they went over the start-finish line. Toby Summers, Rogan Chandler, Avalon Biddle, then David Hall. Mate, I could only see 1 bike coming out of Toyota. There's 2 of them there, but I can only see 1 of them. So who's in the front of that 2 there? It is the number 15, Rogan Chandler, Yamaha, Toby Summers. And this has brought Avalon Biddle right up onto this pile.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. There's going to be a great little battle going on here. They head down into the hairpin. Forget about Shane Richardson. He's gone. But the battle is 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Chandler surviving. Toby Summers then go back to Avalon Biddle. She's had Avalon Biddle come a long way. She's been racing. I remember when she was racing 5, she could hardly get on the bike. And now she's...
even when she was on the 600s for the first time, she pulled
exactly right. Yeah, now she's one of the best in the world.
It was on the Suzuki, but look at her, down that back straight. Can she reel in Toby Summers? Remember, this is the final position for the podium. We've got Shane Richardson going through there in the lead there with 8 laps. I think 3 bikes coming round for second, third and fourth. There's a couple of lappers here, and amongst it there's Steve Richardson.
White flag, 1 to go. The battle is second, third and fourth. There's Hall, Toby Summers, and there's Av Biddle. Finance Kawasaki has a good long look, but she just isn't quite close enough to really put the acid on Toby Summers, and she just loses a little bit coming out of turn number 1. She'll pick it up again if they go under splash, though. She is absolutely stalking the man from Manukau, Toby Summers, back on the 600s after a season on the Superbikes, or 2 seasons on the Superbikes, 1 in Superstock and 1 in Superbike. Now he's back on the Carl Cox Motorsport Kawasaki, and he's currently sitting in 3rd place.
Was that Rogan Chandler just balked a little bit coming out of the hairpin there? I think he just got a little bit of, I don't know, almost like it was wheel spinning, and that's closed the whole battle up there. We see Shane Richardson down the centre of the back straight, number 28, leading the points, had a clean run there. He didn't qualify on pole position.
Good run for Avalon. Good run for Avalon coming out of Higgins, and that's transferred into a little bit more speed at the back of the at the end of the front straight. But I don't think it's going to be enough. She's going to have a good long look though. She gets a little bit closer to Toby Summers. Shane Richardson crosses the line. He's your winner. Second place across the line, Rogan Chandler. Avalon will go right to the line, but Toby Summers will get there by about a 1.5 wheel length, I would think.
4/100ths of a second.
There you go. There was absolutely nothing in it. Great ride from all of the Pirelli F2 guys. Shane Richardson coming down on his warm-up lap. Folks, give him some encouragement. These guys really are putting on a show for us here. It's round 2 of the Suzuki Series. As I said before, from here we go to Wanganui to the Cemetery Circuit. Can't wait for that. That's going to be something special, but plenty more special racing to look forward to here today as well. Richardson is your winner. Rogan Chandler sits second place, and then just by a whisker it was Toby Summers, and Toby and Avalon exchanging pleasantries as they work their way down the Denny Holm Straight. Fantastic stuff. Thank you, Spot.